By the looks of it, we are in for a really good year, not just for zombies, but for the entirety of Call of Duty. If you guys want to stay up to date on all of the news/leaks for COD Cold War, specifically zombies, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like this video. Okay guys, so as you all know, the official reveal for Cold War multiplayer was released on Wednesday, but what you probably were not expecting was for Treyarch to throw us a little bone by showing us a roughly 10-second teaser for zombies. Now I already made a video on this teaser talking about all of the little Easter eggs and bits of information we can learn from it. If you missed it, don't worry, I'll leave a link to it down below in the description. But after doing a bit more research, I have a few new likely theories for what we're getting in the coming up game. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. On Thursday, a prominent leaker in the Call of Duty community named Tom Henderson had an interesting tweet basically confirming a few things about the upcoming zombies mode. The first thing that he stated was that Noct was reused by the Russians for their nuclear program. If this is true, this would explain why we see a nuke being hung up by chains in the second zombies area shown in the teaser. It is highly likely that the first two views of the zombies maps that we see in the teaser are part of the same map. Many people were saying that Noct was in Tranzit just like in BO2, however this is probably not the case, although this does not mean in the slightest that we won't get a Tranzit remaster this year. Not only that, but we may have already seen part of Tranzit in the teaser, but we'll talk more about why I think that at the end of this video. In the second part of Tom's tweet, he stated that Nazi zombies escape and infect the site. He stated that there are both Russian and Nazi zombies in the game. I think it will have an interesting dichotomy of having both Russian and Nazi influence in the zombies this year. On one hand, I think having Nazi zombies will bring a lot of nostalgia back to the zombies community, but on the other hand, I think it'll be interesting to see just how much influence throughout the new zombies storyline that the Russians will have. We saw a little bit of this in maps like Ascension, and obviously one of the main characters, Nikolai, was Russian, but since the entire Black Ops Cold War game is set to be centered around Russian influence, we may see a lot more of that in the new zombies mode. This is a fantastic move by Treyarch in my opinion, because it satisfies the old zombies crowd who doesn't necessarily want tons of change, and at the same time it does satisfy the zombies crowd that wants to see something fresh and new. So what do you guys think about that? Which group are you? Do you want a lot of change in the new zombies mode, or do you want to stay true to the Noct era zombies roots? The third thing that Tom included in his tweet is that we are in fact getting a new group of characters in the zombies experience. In Black Ops 4, they included a new group of heroes, and for the most part, it was not very well received. Could that have been part of the growing pains necessary to take zombies to the next level in this coming up game, or is that just a mistake as a whole? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. While I certainly miss the old crew, and I do hope that in some fashion they do make a return this year, I am very excited to see how the new crew plays out. It is rumored that the new characters will actually be taken directly out of the campaign, so we could have characters like Reznov and Woods to play as. I am interested to see how this plays out storyline wise as well as timeline wise. Will the zombies storyline take place while the events of the campaign unfold, or will it be before, after? It'll be interesting to see. The next thing included in the tweet was that we are going to be getting World War II weapons. I assume he is talking specifically about Noct when he says this, but I wouldn't be surprised if we got World War II weapons in the other maps as well. This means we are likely getting weapons like the MP40, and obviously we already know that we're getting the 1911 back, which is amazing. Does this mean that we are getting weapons from COD 2017 World War II? Guns like the Bren, the Lewis, or Type 100. Personally, I doubt we'll get guns from COD 2017 just because of Tom's wording. He specifically says that guns from World War II remain on the map, most likely meaning that we could have many of the same weapons from the original Noct. It seems like in this game, COD is trying to bring back some of the old nostalgia from the good old days, and I think this is a really good thing. I'm all for it. So what weapons would you guys like to see come back in this year's COD? Let me know down in the comment section below. Personally, I would love to see the PPSH make a return, and obviously you gotta have the old MP40 make a comeback. The final piece of leaked information included in the tweet tells us that we will be starting with a torch until you manage to get the power on. The only other Treyarch zombies map that we have anything similar to this is Ascension, where the map defaults in black and white and you must turn on the power for it to switch to color. I think this could be a fantastic feature to include in zombies. Obviously it would be a bit too much to have to play with the torch for the entire game. I think it would just get very annoying very fast. A lot of people, myself included, were somewhat worried after seeing how dark the teaser revealed the maps. It almost had COD 2017 World War II vibes, so I was relieved to see that that's not the case. Obviously, COD World War II wasn't a huge success, and I think part of that was due to the overall tone of the game. Overall, I'm really excited to see how the torch concept works out. I think it'll provide just the right amount of subtle innovation while not going too overboard like they did in BO4. It does, however, leave us with the question of, will this be in every zombies map in Cold War? And if so, how long is it going to take for us to get tired of it? Will we get tired of it? Who knows? Personally, I'm not too sure if it will be in every map in Cold War, but I do think that there is a pretty strong chance that it will be. In the beginning of this video, I did mention that we may have actually seen part of Tranzit already in a teaser. Many people are saying that the third room that we see with the 3 power cords is the power room for Tranzit. However, I don't think that is the case. There are some major inconsistencies that all but prove that this is not the same room. Like the fact that the staircase with the horde of zombies is so far down, and in the last shot, just before the zombie slaps you, you can see a staircase in the background that is pretty inconsistent with the original Tranzit. This map supposedly takes place before the Tranzit that we all know and love, so that wouldn't make sense for them to get rid of a staircase in a future map. I do, however, think that this is in fact part of the Tranzit map that we will most likely get this year. My theory is that the room that we see in the trailer is actually a room below the power room in Tranzit. The 3 cables that we see most likely give power to the main generator that we see in the normal map. The staircase that we see in the background probably leads up to the power room somehow. This makes so much sense because if you think about it, the room we see in the teaser does in fact look like an area below ground. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Do you think that we are getting Tranzit reimagined this year? If so, do you think that this could be it? In my opinion, it all adds up, and it only makes sense that Treyarch would sow that little seed in our head to make us wonder if this could be Tranzit. This is something that the community has been asking for such a long time, so I really hope that Treyarch does in fact do this, and more than that, I do hope that they do a very successful job of this, because I think that Tranzit could be one of the best maps in Call of Duty history if implemented correctly. The BO2 engine just was not made for such a map. They had to add some stuff that slowed the gameplay down and made the graphics less intensive for the viewer just so that they could run the game on the engine. So hopefully in the BO5 or Cold War, whatever engine, it'll be a lot better. So if you guys enjoyed this video at all, please let me know down in the comments section below. Also, subscribe. Yeah, just subscribe. Peace.